Now that we understand prioritized product backlog, acceptance criteria, and done criteria, let us discuss quality management in Scrum. One of the biggest advantages of Scrum's approach to quality management in a project is that it enables the customers to become aware of any problems in the project early. It helps them recognize if a project will enable them to achieve the expected outcomes, realize the benefits, and meet the objectives or not. In Scrum, quality is not just about meeting arbitrary metrics, but also about customer satisfaction and a working product. This distinction becomes very important from the customer's point of view because they are the ones investing time and money in the project. The customer is the most important stakeholder for any project. Therefore, it is important to understand the customer's needs and requirements. The voice of the customer, VOC, can be referred to as the explicit and implicit requirements of the customer, which must be understood prior to the designing of a product or service. Generally, in a Scrum environment, it is the product owner who represents the voice of the customer as he or she focuses on the business requirements and objectives and defines the required product to meet those objectives. The product owner can benefit greatly from the guidance available from the Scrum guidance body, either in the form of quality documents and standards or quality experts. These specialists should work with the product owner and the customer to ensure the user stories are of appropriate level of detail and information, since user stories are the basis for success of any Scrum project. For any Scrum project, the customers can be internal, that is, within the same organization; external, that is, outside the organization. For example, in a project of developing a new process for handling customer queries, there will be customers who are internal as well as external to the organization. The internal customers can be the operations staff who will be using the new process, the technical staff who will take care of the technical aspects of the process after the process is designed and implemented. The external customers can be the end users for whom the new process is developed. It should be noted that the external customers are not directly involved at the Scrum team level and, instead, interact primarily with the product owner. Now let's discuss Scrum's approach to quality management in a project. Quality management in Scrum is facilitated through three interrelated sets of activities. They are quality planning, quality control, quality assurance. Quality planning. One of the guiding principles of Scrum is to develop the functionality of the highest priority to the customer first and provide a potentially shippable product at the end of every sprint. Less important features are developed in subsequent sprints or left out altogether according to the customer's requirements. This approach gives the Scrum team the required time to focus on the quality of essential functionality. A key benefit of quality planning is the reduction of technical debt. Technical debt refers to the work that teams prioritize lower, omit, or do not complete as they work towards creating the primary deliverables associated with the project. Technical debt is also referred to as design debt or code debt, and it accrues over the duration of the project and must be paid in the future. Some causes of technical debt can include the following: quick fix and creating deliverables that do not comply with standards for quality, security, long-term architecture goals, etc. Inadequate or incomplete testing. Improper or incomplete documentation. Lack of coordination among different team members or different Scrum teams working in isolation, with less focus on final integration of components required to make a project or program successful. Poor sharing of business knowledge and process knowledge among the stakeholders and project teams. Too much focus on short-term project goals instead of the long-term objectives of the company. This oversight can result in poor quality working deliverables that incur significant maintenance and upgrade costs. In Scrum projects, any technical debt is not carried over beyond a sprint because deliverables should meet defined acceptance and done criteria for them to be accepted and to be considered done. As a prioritized product backlog is groomed and user stories are prioritized, the team creates working deliverables regularly, preventing the accumulation of significant technical debt. The Scrum guidance body can also help in decreasing technical debt by providing appropriate documentation and definition of processes for the project. To maintain a minimal amount of technical debt, it is important to define the product required from a sprint and the project along with acceptance criteria, any development methods to be followed, and key responsibility of Scrum team members in regards to quality. Defining acceptance criteria is an important part of quality planning, and it allows for effective implementation of quality control and quality assurance activities during the project. Technical debt is a very big challenge with some traditional project management techniques where development, testing, documentation, etc. are done sequentially and often by different people. As a result, technical debt accrues, leading to significantly higher maintenance, integration, and product release costs in the final stages of a project's release. Also, the cost of changes is very high in such circumstances if problems surface in later stages of the project. Scrum Framework prevents issues related to technical debt by ensuring that done deliverables with acceptance criteria are defined as part of the sprint backlog, and key tasks including development, testing, and documentation are done as part of the same sprint and by the same Scrum team. Sustainable pace is the pace at which the team can work comfortably to achieve the defined objectives. It refers to the ideal velocity of work without compromising on the quality of deliverables and the quality of life of the team members creating the deliverables. It is the pace of work that the team can sustain over a considerable period of time. Maintaining a sustainable pace is one of the most important tenets of Scrum. Sustainable pace translates to increased employee satisfaction, stability, and increased estimation accuracy, all of which ultimately leads to increased customer satisfaction. To develop a truly high-quality product and maintain a healthy work environment, it is important to implement continuous integration rather than delaying the integration work until the end. Continuous integration also enables Scrum to provide an adaptive mechanism for project management in which a change in requirements can be accommodated without significantly impacting overall project progress. Another advantage of sustainable pace and continuous integration is the ability to provide value at frequent intervals. The Scrum team should continuously develop, test, and integrate the functionalities of each prioritized product backlog item, PBI, in every sprint. It is also important from the team's point of view to ensure that the effort expended in the current sprint is similar to the effort spent in the preceding sprint in order to sustain an even pace throughout the project. This helps the team avoid phases of intense work and burnout, ensuring that they are always in a position to put in the required level of effort to accomplish the planned tasks.